All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started today. My name is Ray, last name is Reynolds. Here's the goal, okay? The goal is very simple. I like to hold your hand, coach you, and get you to $1 million dream. Now, I'm sorry that a lot of people ripped you off or got knocked down and people are full of blah, blah, blah. Me, I'm online 6 days a week and I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to show you exactly how I got my 100,000 at 9.5, $1 million at 14, and double billion at 26. You see, you got choices today. I'm the godfather of credit, a nickname they gave me years ago. So our goal is simple today. It's live. You got a question? Type. Let me know. From here, no pictures, no recording. You see, these goodies you see on the right-hand side, I actually obtained them. Those are about 20 years ago. You ought to see the goodies today. See, you got choices today. I'm online 6 days a week. I don't have excuses, but neither do you now you met me. I like to repackage your whole life. That's what I like to do. From there, I want you to look behind the curtain how things work from now on. You see, look at the 750. But you have to understand, getting that $100 million building, $1 million Lamborghini, and a $5 million mansions and race boats, you got to have good credit. That's what I did to get those things too. So you got a choice today. Now, if you want that first 100,000 or personal credit or corporation or division credit too, I got to repackage you. That way you can get a bunch of goodies. Then after we get that first 100,000, I can get you up and away to $1 million if you want. You see, you got to let me add you to my credit system. Adding you to my credit system allows me to basically set you up and use my history on my dashboards and basically learn to play. You see, that's a $5 million mansion too that I obtained. You deserve one. When I was training Ken Yarborough years ago, he was security chief at TRW in Hesperia. You can learn to play today. Now I got to show you more goodies and tell you flat out, you can get the American dream. And if you allow me, I'll analyze your credit right away. Yes, it's right away. I'll tell you what you need to do. The reality is I got a schedule for you 6 days a week. There's no excuses. I've done that for 45 years. 1,000 steps to millionaire, learning to be a certified CFO. Ultimate goal, my legacy is the Ray Reynolds University. As we play, listen very carefully, please. When I got 2.6 billion in corporate structure at 26, all right, I decided to do everything for free. Nobody wanted to play with me. I guess I had skin in the game. So understand, in most of my programs today, whatever you invest in, I want to give you back your money up to times 10 in personal business credit. You can always remember me. God gave me the ability to help you. But again, I need you to draw that diagram in front of you. Corporation, division, or subsidiary, you got to make a choice. You see, a corporation is a legal person. As we do this, remember the Bank of America bankrupt 5,000 locations. Basically, look at Chase, U.S. Bank, Wells Fargo too. Now, when they do that, they actually get a tax credit for their decision. Most people bring the pain home and go boo-hoo-hoo today. Or you can even look at basically Sam's Club, Geico, cities that filed bankruptcy in the past too. Your first goal for you is to stop bringing the pain home. Become a certified CFO. Reprogram your brain into millionaire status. So understand, I want you to use my blueprint that I've been teaching and preaching about for 45 years. Exactly A through Z in the blueprint you can't even screw up. Now let's introduce you to the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, where it said 153.5 years ago, corporation's a legal person. You see, the ability to learn to play. My question for you, my thought of the week is very simple. What are you waiting for? Win the lottery? Get a raise? Come on. You see, the lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man and woman. The reality is we're not stupid. Well, we just need a good coach. That's what I'm here for you today. The ability to understand, you hold yourself back. You're afraid to try. You knock yourself down and you don't think you can do this. I want you to focus today. I want you to think about a corporation, being a management company, managing divisions. If your corporation does business and they sue it, they sue you. If you do it my way, the line of defense, you stop bringing the pain home, put your ducks in a row as I repackage every one of you. See, I don't want you to be a sheep anymore. Falling along, going bah, bah, bah. You see, I think you had a couple friends and family rip you off. Maybe had an attorney or CPA let you down too. You got choices today. Start learning for yourself what you can do. That's the ultimate goal. So as we play today, remember something. I'm the incorporator for rich and famous people. People coming out of prison and homeless people too. The ultimate goal. See, what most people do to start a business, they do the same silly thing. They sit around the kitchen table and they get all excited about starting a business. And then they look around, where are we going to get the money, honey? Hey, why don't we hawk the house, jack up our personal credit cards, screw it all up, and bring the pain home? Sorry, most of you did that. Why'd you do it that way? What's wrong with you? I've been teaching and preaching for 45 years. But again, this is up to you. Today, we're going to do it my way. I want you to look at today and the past of that roller coaster of faith and persistence. All right, you're going to make sure you understand. You're not going to bring the pain home ever again. As we play, write down today's date, project 90 working days. Because I want you to hear it again and again and again. Come on, you're entitled to a yacht. I had 3 in my backyard, $100 million building, a Lamborghini, $5 million mansion too. That's 20 years ago. You don't see what I got today. You got to learn how to play. See, I wrote Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago. From Repackaging America. There's a Repackaging America for everybody too. You see, there's a book. Every book is a blueprint. You can't even screw it up. And then on top of that's a CD. I sold it at the Bonaventure for 32 years every Wednesday night for $5,000 a set. See, I've got 26 millionaire clients, 27 billionaires now. You can learn to play using my blueprint. But then you can also get the class with me. We can play some more too. So understand today, the Millionaires Founders Kit. You even have a system for real estate. How I got millions and billions of real estate and become the bank. I wrote that when I was the largest registered agent in the world for Nevada before I died in a coma in 2009. You got to understand something today. It's pretty simple. I sold more Nevada Corps than anybody on the planet. So today, if you want all 18 books and CDs, it's $9.99. If you invest anything today during the broadcast, I'll give you the books and CDs for free. When you start a business, you got to hold your breath. You don't know if you're going to catch you when you fall down or going to push you down. But again, it's worth it. So my journey didn't start so easy. The reality is I was born in a taxi. She didn't want me. I got to be with Mrs. Hope. And Mrs. Hope, all she wanted to do was use and abuse me too. Kind of sucks. But you know what your journey can do today? It can begin with me. Every day I'm up at 2:25. That's right, and I drop to my knees and I thank God for another day. Then I go look in the mirror. You see, I didn't get a mommy and a daddy like you. I got to be raised in hell. So the reality is simple. I look in the mirror, I put myself in check. Because who's going to answer the question? Who's going to help me? The bottom line, it became God and me. So I always ask myself, have I completed everything I need to? Is there more to be done? I think you let people cloud your direction. They have an opinion. I'm sorry, I don't give a damn about opinions. Okay, if they haven't brought in millions and billions like me, quit listening to them. Start paying attention today. But again, don't let them cloud your direction. July 4, 2009. Good. I got my 3 yachts in my backyard. All right, I'm making basically millions and billions of dollars. I'm helping people 6 days a week. My wife wants to take a group of people on one of the yachts to watch the fireworks, so we go do that. Next day, I'm in a coma. H1N1. All right, my tax attorney tricked my wife to sign a POA. Stole my life. Nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. Gonna take my heart and take it away. But I got a choice in that coma that day, stay in peace or go back. I said go back. You know what I had to do? I moved 24 times by the time I was 11 and a half years old. All right, the bottom line, it's a mindset. I got to go to school in Watts, Hawthorne, Torrance, all the good areas. You had to learn to kick it or run. I'd rather die than run. I've been shot twice by a gun and not 6 times. But you know what? I'm still here. I think God has more for me to do to help you. Can you learn? Can you listen? Can you turn these up today? But it's up to you. See, it's a mindset. Everybody deserves to be a corporate millionaire. But again, you got to focus. See, I even have a book coming out this year called Jesus is Not a Drive-Thru. See, being a Christian's a way of life, not a moment in time. The ultimate goal. As we play today, getting more goodies. See, the goal is, let's show you some goodies. Let's teach you how to go get your own Lamborghini collection, Duffy, and mansions. How about I broke the record for the highest kick on the planet in 1981? I just wanted to prove white men do jump and stupid people say we don't. How about we got race boats in the backyard? Where you park yours? Helicopters, U-Docks. How about basically yachts and Ferraris? See, if you master the Ray's rules, you can get to million to billion too. But again, you have to understand that's a blueprint. To see it, believe it, and go get it. The ultimate goal. Now, I need you to write down section 611 now. You see, you need to rebuild your credit. They say you can do it yourself too. From there, credit repair is a fraud. Bottom line is, Federal Trade Commission says every day credit repair is a fraud. They're not allowed to collect money up front, but they do. So that's not good. And then we have to look at the Better Business Bureau, the biggest Ponzi scam on the planet. KBC and Disney won't pay their $625 for an A rating, and the Better Business Bureau has an F rating too. There's the indictment in 2013. You say they're a fraud. Even this court said, get out of my city. They're a Ponzi. You want an A rating? $625. There you go. From there, I understand. 2020 and CNN will tell you the truth. You can look on YouTube. It'll tell you the truth too. BBB got busted for being a fraud. From there, you got to look at what they say about elections online, creditrepair.com. 4 government agencies chasing them. 755 complaints. All I can tell you there is be careful. You got to look at LifeLock too. All right, they're on the radio and TV all the time. But they were indicted 6 times. The last time was $100 million. Be careful of that too, please. So what are we supposed to do at the end of the day? Anybody writing silly letters to the credit bureau, trying to trick them about the creditor, usually makes the creditor a little bit more upset, tends to drop your score, and you can't get to the 750. See, the problem with most consumers paying credit repair companies, they think they have a magic wand to wipe out their debt. If you owe a debt, man up, woman up, negotiate your debt. If you truly want a 750 score, it's not hard to do. Any open collection account, negotiate. From there, do the 25-20% rule in revolving cards. Do a rapid rescore and rapid refresh, and there you have a 750. And that's called the KISS method. It's called Keep It Simple Stupid. See, if you want to rebuild your credit, I have classes on Saturday for you. Alright, you can be in the class and learn how to play and do the rules too. Goodies, again, I don't use clip art. First 25 steps today are pretty simple. Go to annualcreditreport.com or ragecredit.com, get your credit reports for free. There's step number 1. Next, what I want to do is analyze your credit. I'd like to personally look at your Experian, your TransUnion, Equifax, analyze it, and tell you within 24 hours what you need to do in your part, and together how we can get to the 750 score up to 90 working days. Now I need you to get out your Social Security card now. I want you to understand the application in front of you is the application for Social Security card. You got an SSN, or for one reason, for the 1040 tax return. Line 1 on that application no one paid attention to says name to be shown on card, full name of birth other than above names you want to use. The SSN was for the 1040 tax return. When you look at your card today, front and back, and read it this time in detail, it usually says do not carry with you, do not laminate, and no use for ID purposes. Didn't you put it on a credit application? Isn't the world doing that too? They're all breaking the rules and tools. Then it always says property of such administration, not you, a government agency. By the way, that's the IRS. So when we look at the SSN again, that was your first job for your 1040 tax return. When you got your first paycheck years ago, bottom line is, guess what you did? You thought half of it was missing. All right, where's my money? What did you do? Until someone pointed out the IRS gets their cut. You get the leftover. See, we are a bunch of sheep and a bunch of ducks unless we learn to play. Biggest problem most people didn't do is look at the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, where it says a corporation is a legal person. The SS4. So today I'd like you to focus and write down irs.gov and write down 1244. You see, you can take your SSN and SS4 and file one tax return and almost pay no tax, called an S corporation too. You can learn to play. Your SSN is for one reason. Is for the 1040 tax return. We only get one of those, and 9 out of 10 people tend to mess it up. The SS4 is for the corporation. But if the corporation gets sued, they would sue you. But the banks and the grocers and the cities, how do they do it? They have corporations owning subsidiaries. I like you to have corporation owning divisions, the line of defense. So you can build as much as you want and bring the pain home, never again, and write off all the credit, interest rate, and credit card. You see, when you jack this up, you get stuck. You can't get any more. You can't write up diddly squat. When you use corporate credit, You get to write off the card and the interest rate too. You can finance itself. So the SSN makes us all people, you and me, a bunch of sheep. But if we look at the SS4, we can be a flying eagle. The ability to play. So let's understand today, I want to repackage you or into your SSN because I have to make you a qualified CFO so we can get corporate credit and division credit. At the same time, I'd like to basically repackage you and do an SS4 with your name on it. I'd like you to learn to choose wisely from now on as you play. So keep in mind today, put all your ducks in a row. From there, remember that application again we didn't pay attention to, but I did? The application for Social Security card? Line 1, SSN equal to SS what? Alright, SSN equals what? 1040 tax return. And in the corner it says SS5. That's the IRS. Oh, then we compare the SS4. We look at the form, it says line 1, legal name of entity or individual person. Corporation, division, subsidiary, or you. You can actually put your name on line 1 and allow me to build a credit report for you. The only form you should dissect is the SS4, truly, because on line 9 it says reason to apply, banking and credit purposes. It allows you to get one per entity. That gives you a second chance so you don't have to screw this up again. That's the personal credit most people do. A corporation gets the buffered tax. It doesn't pay tax until it gets a profit, but it's allowed to pay its bills first. So we look at corporate credit, cars at fleet price, and stay at the hotel, get the free buffet. Next thing we have to understand is divisions. So here's the division line of defense. Goal is simple. They're cheap, multiple functions. Buy at wholesale price. I like that. Multiple credit reports and separate real estate and liability. So if you do what I designed in 85 and 86 called division process, you don't bring the pain home ever again. You get a second chance. I will give you a guarantee in writing. As long as you're part of the program, you go to class, you pay attention, you follow through, you do what I ask you to do, we'll get you a 750 score. Is that okay with you? Don't violate means don't apply for credit, don't jack up cards during the program. In the beginning, I always pay for your first rapid rescore. I'm not paying for the one you screw up. If you screw up, call Santos, the floor manager, 800-510-3338, or talk to your specialist. We might have to charge you a fee or close your case. If you got debt today, negotiate it. Alright, understand something today. If you got an IRS problem, you can go to irs.gov. You can get a form called 656, a 433A and B. See, your past should never chase your future. The next thing you have to understand how to play. Keep in mind today, rapid rescore and rapid refresh, I created those 38 years ago. So if I do a rapid rescore to create green lights for you, is that okay? But the next thing is a 750. It's not hard to do as long as you're part of the program and you follow through. And I want to repackage every one of you. As we do this, remember, all you have to do is three things. If you got an open collection account, negotiate it. Get your revolving cards to 25, 29%, a rapid refresh, and now you have a 750 score. That's called the KISS method, by the way. That means basically keep it simple, stupid. Or not stupid, but sometimes we do some stupid things. 750, not hard to do. So if you allow me today, I'd like to rebuild your credit files. I'd like to do the rapid refresh. I'd like you to go to class on Saturday to learn rules and tools. I'd like to get you up to the 750. I'm going to charge you $999. I'm going to give you a $500 cash card back to you. During the broadcast only, I'm going to discount that price, half price, to $499. You now can scan that in your phone and pay the invoice now. If not, when you call the office, it'll be $999. That's the price, but it's up to you. See, I want that card to reimburse you. 90 days coaching with me. From there, we're going to take a picture now. It's called Zelle. Ray Reynolds recipient, and on ray@rayscredit.com. You can Zelle too. Bottom line, there's no excuse anymore. As we play, you're assigned a specialist that holds your hand. From there, if you give referrals, you get to make up to 10% or more credit for you. Now I need you to do the one thing right now. I need you to write down a phone number. 888-567-8688. You see, you're on the national mailing list because you're a cable bill, you're a voter, you have a corporation. If you opt out for 5 years, it'll slow down the robocalls and the junk mail. So why don't you opt out for 5 years or a lifetime? Next, I'd like you to plan the problem from now on. I want you to understand what that means, because you allowed someone to knock you down. All right, maybe a CPA and attorney ripped you off too. So today, do yourself a favor. Every card in your personal wallet, take it out, put a sticky. On that sticky, I want you to put the limit. Maintain 25% always, never past 29%. I want you to design your line of defense. All dashboards now, because I designed for Yarborough years ago, TRW and Asperian, 0 to 29 is green. 30 is yellow, 50 is red. That sticky will help save your life at the same time, and you get the discipline down. Next, I need you to focus on having basically one thing. Again, balancing your debt. There's a science behind the madness. As you're doing this, maybe you have an emergency. Before you jack up cards, you ask them to increase the limit. But instead of jacking this up, if you had the 2 perfect cards on the planet, they have 2 limits paid over time. They don't use the 29% rule, and up to $1 million. You see, those would help you balance this over here. Then you don't have to bring the pain home ever again. Again, that gold and platinum card. But again, it's up to you. If I build them up for you, I usually charge you $9.99 for each card. But it's up to you. From there, if today, let's say you want a $100,000 credit line. I've discounted 60% for you. If you're a client, it's $3,999. If you want $50,000, all right, you basically can get that for $19.99, and I'll build it up for you, $25,999. But again, this is usually for a client or someone who becomes a client today. That's up to you during the broadcast for you. Now, I got this coaching thing happening. This means basically if you're not in one of the boot camps and you want level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty classes, I literally give you $10,000 of credit. It's normally $5,000 for all of that. On the broadcast with me, I discount it to $9.99 if it is Zelle during the broadcast. That way you can get 10 times your money back to the credit I billed you. If you want the other one for $25,000 of credit, normally $6,500, discounted today during the broadcast for $1,999. This is offered if you Zelle during the broadcast only, and it's only offered for you if you did it now. There's your Zelle, now. The ultimate goal is very simple. Oh, sorry, most people do this. It's terrible. They have an emergency, they panic. If they would have just prayed and God would have gotten through the day, instead they jack this up and get stuck, can't write a diddly squat. At least ask them to increase it before you screw it up. You see, everybody does the same thing, sorry to say. All right, when they have a bad time or they lose their job emergency, they run out of time, they run out of money. And immediately they jack up their personal cards. They think that's the solution. There's a better way to play, by the way. And this only backs you in the corner and you get stuck. From there, let's understand today, using some common sense. The average person wastes $50 every other day. So the bottom line is, if you needed $5,000 now, you ask your friends and family at the bank, they say no. So if I take this $5,000 card in my hand, I max it out today. The payment's $50 a month. What the person average wastes every other day. I could have a safety credit card. They also say the average person wastes $140 a week. That's $600 a month. If I take $50,000 off of a corporate credit card, all right, the payment is $612.26. I get to write off the card and the interest rate. I can also go buy 2 pizza restaurants during the pandemic using some common sense. See, reaching your goal, you have to believe in you. Me, reaching a goal, I believe in God and I believe in me. I was kicking the door jam at 10. When I start kicking the basketball hoop, they go, no way. What? White men do jump. Just stupid people say we don't. You got ability to listen and learn today. It's called see it, believe it, go get it. Nixon took the gold standard out. No one seemed to pay attention to that too. Today I need you to write down Ray's rules. Write it down now. But write down 100,000. A couple cards. If you look and understand that, let's understand we use 29%. What would that do for you? Simple. All right, it gives you 71,000 of safety credit. You can't write this off diddly squat. You get stuck when you jack it up and screw it up. When you use corporate credit, that gives you the ability to try. As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you might as well be dead. Corporation and divisions, if you make it exorbitant taxation, if something screws up, you get rid of a division. You watch banks and grocery stores and cities do this in your face every day. You have to understand, have your cake and eat it too. Step number 7 today. Never bringing the pain home. and learning to be a certified CFO. Is that okay with you? Your goal is simple. There I am dead. Google the address. The U-Dock with my 3 yachts in the backyard at the time. See, I think the devil's trying to knock you down and hold you back. Reality is God's delays aren't God's denials. We got choices today. Your personal life should be a break even. Anything above that should go to the corporation. And understand, balance your debt. That way you keep the 750 and above score. Corporation gets 10 cards per division. How I designed it, $1 million of credit. Up, and away, using my blueprint. It's not legal or accounting advice. It's simple. Using my blueprint, and I build it for you. Repackaging every one of you. 45 years repackaging every one of you today. Goal is checkbook money. Every bank tends to give you up to $150 checkbook money per entity. So why don't we go get $5.4 million of checkbook money? Why don't we really go into a business seriously and go get the money? But again, that's caused divisions in basically corporation structure. You have to learn to play and become that certified CFO. Today, if you didn't get a corporation last year and you want it from last year for this year, I have some profit and nonprofit corporations for you. Okay, if you want, for $39.99, all right, I will actually add $100,000 of credit for that at the same time. I would pick the nonprofit, keep it in California, then have it basically in all 50 states for free. But you can choose what you want to do. That's if one of you or 2 of you want to do it during this broadcast only. And it is definitely a Zelle only. As you do this today, the goal is to get you $100,000 and build you up, and away. The ultimate goal. From there, let's understand that corporation's a legal person. It's right there. It's chapter 18. A corporation's a legal person. It may sue or be sued. Okay. Well, I heard that at 7.5 years old. Well, I was at Mrs. Hope's house being used and abused at a poker game they were having. What did I do? I went basically to the Torrance Police Department the next day. Library next door. I wanted to know what it meant. I went inside. I said, "Man, what does this mean?" She didn't say a word. I know she's coming back. She's kind of rude. But I was polite. I was 7.5 years old. She came back with a book. Said, "Here's a book. Here's a microfiche." She was a oh my goodness. And she's a librarian. I read the book. I was only looking for a blueprint. Same thing you've been looking for. By the way, the only blueprint you need is the one in front of you. It's called me. I went back to that library for 2 years. I sent away a money order to the Secretary of State of California. I am the founder of Helping Hand Industries. I got $100,000 of credit in the mail at 9.5. I got named in the movie Dave. I want you to understand something today. Never pay for a corporation. They're free in all 50 states. My dashboard as an affiliate, I get to build credit reports under tax ID. This means I can get credit for the corporation. I can get it for the divisions too. Why not? Corporate credits are write-off, even the interest rate. Line of defense. I built credit for my cat years ago as a stunt. I got interviewed by Inc. magazine and said, "Use plastic to finance your business." You see, cats have 9 lives. I'd like you to have 9 lives too today. Give you that line of defense. Every tax ID you allow me to do, I'll build you credit reports. I'll get you cash credit cards. I'll line you up for checkbook money. Simple. So here's several things you need to write down, because you can't take a picture. Why you want me to do it? Simple. Line of defense. They're cheap. Multiple functions. Buy at wholesale price. Multiple credit reports. Real estate, separate liability. That allows me to set up an Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion under tax ID. All corporate credits are write-off an interest rate. So again, I would suggest 9 divisions if you want $1 million. There's your line of defense. Simple. So if I got you a gold card, unlimited, up to $1 million and paid over time limit, my next question, would you like 10 or 9 sisters? Each division is allowed to get its own files. Real estate, franchise, the ability to play. One screws up, go get another one. That's what your banks, grocery stores, and cities do every day. You got a choice to learn how to play. And I'll teach you to play every single day, 6 days a week. So if you got a corporation, let it be a management company, please. What you don't want to do is let it do business while they sue you. If something goes wrong with the division line of defense, what are we going to do? We're going to have an emergency meeting. We're going to vote and elect to disconnect and isolate and incorporate that division. We're going to try to save it. But we're going to get away from all the other pieces. We're not bringing the pain home. If I have to, I will bankrupt that division under the Federal Protection Act. I will not bring the pain to my family. Tax ID and divisions, you have to master the rules and tools. Divisions are simple. I will prepare the paperwork, 2,000 of history. I will set up the credit files for you too. All right, Ultimate Go, $500 a piece. 3 for $1,500. It's a Zelle, only through the process with me. Ultimate goal is to repackage every one of you up to $5 million this year. I'd like you to get, all right, credit card money up to $1 million. And on top of that, I'd like you to get $5 million in checkbook money. That, I think, should be your goal, but it's up to you. As we focus on this for clients and non-clients, keep in mind, I'm online 6 days a week. I have this 3-day event coming up called Setting the Tone. Literally a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's online. What's going to happen is people get level 1, 2, 3 in specialty classes and $25,000 of cash credit as a bonus. $14,000 worth of bonuses. From there, we're going to go through my 18 books for 3 days. We're going to teach you what needs to be done to get the $1 million dream. It's normally a $10,000 package for those 3 days. It is discounted during the broadcast at $49.99. The ultimate goal, if all you want is to go online and no bonuses, it's $1,000 a day. Ultimate goal is my last and final boot camp because this is my 45th year. Ultimate goal, it is a Zelle, now. All right, it's almost sold out anyway. Ultimate goal, all right, to become a Ray Reynolds Millionaire member. This is a 6-month boot camp. Ultimate goal. The last one I did of this was 2008. I get to interview you. All right, get to inventory you. We talk about personal and business, and we build that blueprint for you, whatever your goals might be. As we structure this, is very simple to do. It's 6 months. We're going to Zoom every 2 weeks. We're going to call you. I'm going to call you weekly. When you get level 1, 2, and 3 specialty classes. Ultimate goal. I also give you $10,000 of bonus cash credit. The goal is to daisy chain it through your divisions. This 6 months program is normally $35,000. Today it is discounted to $10,000. Pay in full, save 10%. From there, if you put $5,000 down, you can make 5 payments of $1,000. We're going to give you Setting the Tone for free, as long as you did it this week, period. If not, the following week, it's not going to happen for you. From there, it's the last and final time I'll do one of these. All right, after 45 years, I'm going to go on a business trip in 2024. Again, it's a Zelle, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. As we do this, keep in mind I have 8 classes specially on Saturday. During my up to 10 classes on a Saturday, I have nonprofit this Saturday. So if you want to learn about getting that exemption the attorneys and CPAs charge about $15,000 for, I'll be showing you how to do it yourself. But again, I charge $999 for 90 days of specialty classes. If you just want that one, it is $499 for that day. You'd have to Zelle and put in the message what you Zelle for. Ultimate goal, don't forget checkbook money, please. The banks will give you up to $150. Getting checkbook money is up to $5.4 million. Corporation and divisions financing that American dream and writing it all off too. All cash applications require a certified CFO. We gotta remember, when you use personal credit to start a business and jack it up and get stuck, you don't get dilly squat. When you use corporate credit, borrow money is not taxable. You get to write off the credit card and the line of credit and the interest rate too. If you win, you absorb the taxation. Usually, if you lose, it's a division. When you retire, your bills never go away. You got to get your cake and eat it too. Raise rules, become a certified CFO, never bringing the pain home ever again. See, today your left hand's going to say SSN, all right, I'm a duck and I'm a sheep. The other hand says SS4, I don't pay tax, so I make a profit. IRS public record, it's up to you. You can all go to irs.gov today and download a 1244 and learn an S corporation pays almost no tax at all. You can play if you want to. I give you a check for $1 million hypothetical. What do? You put it in your personal bank account. I call that silly and dumb. You only get to keep $375. I would have told you to put it in the corporation's division of you. Pay all the bills first and pay tax on the leftover. So the goal is very simple. From there, you can start learning to win the battle if you want to. But again, it's up to you. As we structure today, Richard didn't listen to me. He went around naked on Survivor the first show, almost died twice. When he got $1 million, he could have leveraged it to $20 million. What did he do? He pissed it away, went to prison for 3.5 years in probation, violated that too. You see, today you got to think about something. The United States of America Incorporated, they set up 50 corporations called states. States set up corporations called cities. And they created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy just in case they plan the problem. They get to bankrupt the debt and stay in business. It's public record. You can actually learn to play too if you want to. Why don't you Google bankruptcy today? You see, the next time the roller coaster goes up and down, is it SSN or SS4? Who's going to be the duck the next time? You or your family, or a corporation or division subsidiary? Your choice is simple, planning the problem. Dashboards for me says yes or no. Bottom line, add you to my credit system to rebuild you. If you got a corporation today and you want me to build you $1 million, okay, I will. As long as you go to class and learn the rules and tools, how to play. That's up to you. See, when you pay for a corporation, I'm sorry to say, you pay thousands of dollars for a piece of paper that's free, and you didn't learn diddly squat. All corporations are free. You pay a little filing fee. In California, they even waiving the fee till June of next year or this year. So again, you don't have to be a sheep. You see, here's a starter package for beginners. So let's rebuild the credit, rapid rescore, get them to class. Let's give them the corporation. The article is also tax ID if they don't have it. Let's put them in setup level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Let's give them $5,000 of credit back. And during the broadcast, why don't we just discount at half price to $9.99 and rebuild their whole life? So you get a discount if you scan it in your phone right now and you pay now. If you don't, you can always call the office and pay twice the fee. You still get stuck with me, but it gets up to you during the broadcast only. As we play, you get 90 days of coaching too. Millionaire in the making. $5,000 because you get $25,000 of bonus cash credit. During the broadcast, I'm going to discount half price too for $24.99. Scan it in your phone, pay now. Get 50% discount while I'm online. If not, call the office and pay $5,000. There you go, you get coaching for 90 days. It's a Zelle too. Bank transfer, deposit, and wire. No excuses. Beat your doubt, run your race. Kind of let me repackage every one of you, if you would, please. See, getting past go, not hard to do when you know how to play. I like the goodies. The mansions in the harbor, God's gift, and race boats that say the Ray Reynolds University.com, in yachts, helicopters, Lamborghinis, and buildings too. Why not? Now I'd like you to change your driver's license to a P.O. Box and mail and address, please. More privacy, but that's up to you. As we do this today, do yourself a favor. The car you bought, the one you drive today, I'm sorry you did it wrong. You got sweated for 5 hours, lost $5,000, and got 9 inquiries. You should have put in writing they only get 1 inquiry. You should have set the tone that day. I'm sorry you didn't do that either. You see, today, let's understand, a car is fleet price tax ID division. All right, it doesn't show up on personal reports. It's a corporate car. It's full write-off. You learn to be a certified CFO. If you're the registrant of a car and they sue you, they're going to come get you. But if it's a division, they get diddly squat. I like my way planning the problem, don't you? Plan the problem. Stop bringing the pain home. Ultimate goals up to you. Every piece of property should be a division. All right, you don't know who's going to slip and fall and try to sue you. Your paycheck, I would suggest use your house payment. I'll set it. Amazon didn't pay any tax on the first 10 billion to trillion. Why would they pay tax? They know how to play. See, there's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. All right, he used basically a line of credit to buy Twitter in 24 hours. He's got a spaceship. The other guy has a spaceship. So is the other guy. See, you could join the club and win the battle if you want to, but you got to learn to play, learn by the rules and tools how to play. You see, money into more money, reference 3 times 5. Think about it. Carl doesn't pay any state or federal tax on billions. Walt Disney uses an IOU to offset taxes on $1 billion. It's in Newsweek. The line of credit today, $100,000 is $39.99 during the broadcast. $50,000 is $19.99. I'll bill for you $9.99 for $25,000. During this broadcast, it's a 60% discount. If you want a gold and platinum card, perfect cards, paid over time, or and up to $1 million unlimited. Let me know. I'll build it for you personally, corporation or divisions. I usually charge you $9.99 to build it up for each one of you. As you do this, don't forget about coaching. Here's a way you can get level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty classes, even $10,000 of credit. Discounted today to $9.99. From there, the $25,000 discounted to $19.99 during the broadcast if it was Zelled. That way you can play Zell, now. Ultimate goal, you're set up with a specialist to hold your hand every step of the way. Run your life through a corporation or conjunction, please. The ultimate goal. From there, let's understand pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. Your paycheck is taxable income. You get the leftover, right? You pay car payment, gas, registration, insurance when you should yell no and start driving a company car like I do and write it all off. Why don't you Google irs.gov today? Get an SS4. Line 10 will say banking and credit purposes. It's a public record. So you can find out I'm telling you the truth. You don't have to be a duck. And you can learn how to repackage you. Alright? Nixon took the gold standard out. Mama had to sign an SSN for the baby. Is the baby getting a job today? Stroller car so you can go home? See, everything's rules and tools for me. You buy a house, escrow, or closed homestead trust. Have a house not in a trust, that's kind of dumb. They sue you, they take it away, that you die stuck into probate, your family got diddly squad. From there, when you fix up a property, you hire a contractor. The contractor hires a subcontractors outside Home Depot. When they slip, fall, and cut corners, they sue you and take everything you got. My way, they're going to get diddly squat. Why not? Why don't you look up your revocable trust, please? That would be the ultimate goal. Number 19, 6 more to go. People saying all the time, I don't want to pay tax, Ray. I tell them, knock off the garbage. You cannot play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. Go to irs.gov if you did, and get a 656 433A and B. Get yourself back in the system and do it the right way. That's step number 20 today. If you ever want to be an OPM, all right, bottom line is you save up to 70%. Fixing up properties, you might even have to pay a bill for 90 days. But if you close escrow and got $200,000 left over, please don't do what most people do. Act like they're rich and piss it away. Your goal is raise rules, leveraging money. Borrow money's not taxable. Set up your line of defense. By the way, that's step 21 called blackjack. You can learn to be that certified CFO. You can learn to play. Here's my office in 2009. All right, up to $1 million a day in locations in 3 other states. But I got to be homeless and someone stole my life. What did I do? Go boo-hoo-hoo? Nope. I built another $1 million of credit in about 6 weeks. See, I don't stay down, and from now on, neither should you. Use my blueprint. Learn to see it, believe it, and go get it. Ultimate goal. So I'm going to tell you what to do, and I pray to God you follow through. 1,000 Steps to Millionaire, Certified CFO. Repackaging every one of you up to $5 million. From there, never forget about checkbook money. The ultimate goal. On top of that, if you need a corporation from last year that's 2 years old now, you can get one from me, profit or non-profit, for $39.99. And I'll even put $100,000 of credit on that for you too. You can qualify in any state you want to. Again, that's during the broadcast, and only 2 go for that price for that credit if it was Zelled. Ultimate goal. What's a corporation again? It's a legal person that may sue or be sued. It's right in front of you. So a corporation and divisions get credit right off the credit and the interest rate too. Finance the business off its own credit because you don't have to steal from your family. Line of defense. So every tax ID is allowed to get credit reports and cash credit and checkbook money. That's what you should focus on. The 7 reasons why you want me to set up your Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Ultimate goal, 9 divisions up to $1 million of credit. That would be the goal. Line of defense for you. So understand today, if I do the paperwork and the tax ID and set it up the reports, add 2,000 of history for every one of you. Each one's $500 a piece, 3 for $1,500. It is always a Zell. And the message always put what you use Zell for. Schedule. Don't forget I'm online 6 days a week for you. From there, you got Setting the Tone coming up to 27, 28, 29. It's almost sold out even online because I got to put a limit to that too. Ultimate goal. So level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty classes, $25,000 of cash credit as a bonus. From there, we're going to go through the 18 books. It's usually a $10,000 package, discount half price with me. All you want is the 3-day event online is $1,000 a day. There you go. It's my last and final one scheduled. From there, it's a Zell now. The Ray Reynolds Millionaire Member. This is a 6-month boot camp, which means flat out, I usually did the last one in 2008. I get to interview you, so I can inventory you, see what you got personally in business, and create a blueprint. So we accomplish the goal for 6 months. So we Zoom every 2 weeks, and a phone call every week with me. You get into level 1, 2, 3 in specialty classes. The ultimate goal, build you up to $100,000 of credit, and that's the goal, so you can daisy chain 3 divisions. The ultimate goal at 6-month boot camp usually is $35,000. Today is discounted to 10. Pay in full, you say 10%, or put $5,000 down and $1,000 a month for 5 months, and you get setting the tone for free. Ultimate goal, and it's the last and final one of these I've got scheduled. It's my last and final one after 45 years. So it is a Zell bank transfer, deposit, or wire. So keep in mind, my next question would be, what are you willing to lose? Family, no. Corp, they can sue you. What if we have divisions or line of defense? That way we both win, and we both get checkmate at the end of the day. Ultimate goal. So referrals get you more credit for you. From there, we have to understand reaching the dream, think to be the impossible, using Ray's rules, making people into corporate millionaires, using corporate divisions, and training them to be a certified CFO. Ultimate goal, add you to my credit system. What am I going to do? Show you how to get the American dream, analyze you right away, so you know what you need to do too. So keep in mind today, never have joint credit. Buy a house, escrow, close homestead trust. A corporation just a piece of paper. Please don't pay thousands for it. They're all free in all 50 states. You pay a filing fee, then you set up your divisions. All right, real estate, franchise, current business, line of defense, and then you basically set up Ray's rules. I give bonus cash credit for a reason. I want you to finance the business, write it all off, and have no excuses. The ultimate goal, step 24. As we do this today, keep in mind, personal credit score should be a 750 and above. Rebuild the credit, go to class on Saturday. Let me refresh you, and I usually pay for the first one for you. So there we rebuild the credit, you go to class, you learn the rules and tools, we get you to the 750 and above. From there, it's usually $9.99. Discounted today as you get a $500 card back to you for $4.99. During the broadcast, if you scan it and pay now that invoice, you can also turn around in Zell. You get 90 days of coaching from me. From there, the starter package, credit rebuilding, rapid score, articles, also has tax ID, all right, in class for Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Setup level 1, usually $19.99. $5,000 of credit back to you, discounted to $9.99, so you get 5 times your money back. And all you have to do is scan it now and pay that invoice now. Ultimate goal. Again, that way you're stuck with me. 90 days of coaching again. Millionaire in the making is $5,000 usually, and you get up to $25,000 of bonus cash credit. So what happens during the broadcast, I discount it to $24.99. You scan it, you pay now, and then you get to save half price. If you put it off, then you just pay the full price. It's simple. You get 90 days of coaching, or you can Zelle, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. So keep in mind, everybody should be a corporate millionaire. We should understand how the banks and grocery stores in the cities do this. We have to understand, number 1 is to stop bringing the pain home, become a certified CFO, and reprogram our brain into millionaire status. So keep in mind, I'm going to always get you to look behind the curtain. We stay safe, we stay strong today. We do our best, Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. Ultimate goal. Number 25, Zell, and things you need to do now. If you need to talk to a specialist, 800-510-3338. So what do? We do our best. And God does the rest. Amen to that too. And at the end of the day, you always remember, God loves us all.